be in the right spot.
Yep, just through that door.
I need to go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom. Why are you saying that?
You'll see musicians, you'll pass musicians. Right, don't look out for you. I'm gonna bring you in. Bye, hon.
By our big giant mess.
It's gorgeous, don't worry, it's great. We love it.
We
love
have
the
our
music.
own little.
It's perfect.
It's so much fun to play for this.
I'm so happy. How do you do, Patricia?
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yes.
I'm an occupational therapist.
Oh my God, Dr. Victor.
And
Hola.
I was telling her I know I forgot.
Oh,
My
wow.
husband was Peter Economy. I don't know if you
I don't.
Oh, he worked with Eric.
Please,
Sorry.
no, I was just
Yeah, yeah, you need to
come
go.
on in, you're great. Lovely
Thank
to
you.
see you.
Thank you
Just
for
to the
helping
right,
me.
there's food, no worry, dear.
So he was a criminal.
I am a police.
Marcó el vampiro canal. Aguanta que me oye, no te puedo escuchar, te mando un audio.
And so it was really touching for me to see Eric there with his daughter being an OT.
Well,
And
isn't that
Eric,
incredible? I mean, just the feeling. Well, this is the first year we've said anybody can hurt you, anybody. You just pick it, and you don't have to worry about it. This is our dean of nursing, our key.
I enjoyed your speech.
Yes.
Thank you for the music.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate. Go. You guys should go in and get some food. You gotta go get some food. Yeah.
Awesome.
We're asking you to work hard.
I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna put my. Are you here, David? I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna put my violin back here, but I don't think anybody's gonna. You're gonna get some food? Stop making fun of me.
Why? I feel happy. Stationary, it refreshes my idea.
No, it makes your brain better, right? No,
Soccer.
no soccer. Ugh. I think there's a bathroom over here.
Good evening. Buenas noches. We'll get started momentarily. This is just a quick announcement that if you need English, Spanish interpretation, there's interpreters there at the back table. They're waving their arms. Buenas noches. Si usted necesita interpretación de inglés a español, hay intérpretes allá atrás. Buenas noches. Por favor, vaya con ellos. Le van a dar un aparato y podrán escuchar todo en español. Have a good evening.
Good evening. I am Teresa Vigil Baca, the Senior Associate Dean for Education at the UNM School of Medicine. The processional will begin in a few minutes, like 2 minutes. Please take your seats and please silence all cell phones and electronic devices. Remember that Convocation is a special and celebratory time for our graduates. In support of our students and in honor of their hard work, we ask you to please exhibit respectful behavior throughout this ceremony and allow it to proceed uninterrupted. Tonight, we ask you to focus on expressions of congratulations and joy. To ensure the safety and enjoyment of everyone, please note that smoking, including e-cigarettes, lighters, and other open flames, are not permitted at any time. Standing and tripods are also not permitted in the aisles. Brief periods for photo taking will be permitted, but please return to your seats as quickly as possible. Good evening. We are pleased to welcome you to the Spring 2025 School of Medicine Convocation Ceremony. Tonight, you'll witness a ceremony rich in tradition as we will individually recognize students who've completed their coursework to earn their degrees. Our academic processional includes degree candidates, followed by our faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. As our students enter the auditorium and take their seats, I am pleased to introduce you to the Dean's Platform Party. Dr. Patricia Finn, Dean of the UNM School of Medicine. Our keynote speaker, Dr. Rosario Medina, Dean of the College of Nursing. UNM Student Regent and Vice Chair, Victor Reyes. UNM Regent, Paula Tackett. Dr. Valerie Romero-Leggett, Vice President and Executive Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. Dr. Arthur Kaufman, Vice President for Community Health. Shelley McLaughlin, Interim Director of HSC Academic Student Affairs. Dr. Tom Resta, Senior Associate Dean of Research Education. Dr. Robert Sapien, Associate Dean of Admissions. Dr. Donna Siegel, Senior Associate Dean for Faculty Affairs. Dr. Catherine Fritz, Director of the Biomedical Sciences Graduate Program. Dr. Mara Steinkamp, Assistant Professor of Pathology. Dr. Alfonso Belmonte, Associate Dean of Medical Students and Associate Professor of Pediatrics. Dr. Rebecca Hartley, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Medical Education and Professor of Cell Biology and Physiology. Dr. Patrick Rendon, Interim Assistant Dean of Foundational Medicine and Associate Professor of Internal Medicine. Dr. Bill Shuttleworth, Chair of Neurosciences. Dr. Loretta Cordova de Ortega, Chair of Pediatrics. Dr. Carlette Parra, Chair of Biochemistry. Dr. Nancy Jost, Chair of Pathology. Dr. Gary Malati, Chair of Radiology. Dr. Diane Rimple, Chair of Emergency Medicine. Dr. Jennifer Edgus, Chair of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Nate Boyd, Interim Chair of Dental Medicine. Dr. Garen Tremi, Interim Chair of Orthopedics. Melissa Rethlefson, Executive Director of the Health Sciences Library and Informatics Center. Dr. Marlene Vallejos, Assistant Dean of Admissions. Dr. Carol Morales, Interim Assistant Dean of Clinical Education. Dr. Hannah Dowdy Sue, Resident in Obstetrics and Gynecology. I would also like to thank our marshals who were selected by the class of 2025. Dr. Elena Bissell, Dr. Justin Baca, Dr. Jens Langsgen, Dr. Bryce Chakarian, Dr. Laura Gonzalez Basque, and Dr. Fernando Valenzuela. Please be seated. Dean Finn, I declare that all are assembled and in order for the University of New Mexico School of Medicine's class of 2025 Biomedical Sciences Graduate Program and MD Program Convocation Ceremony.
Good evening, every single person in this room. It's a late night, it's a warm night, it's an incredible time, and I want to congratulate class of 2025. Can we all applaud them? Please keep your fingers flexed because we're going to be asking for a lot of applause, and cheers are welcome. Yeah. Okay. I am Patricia Finn, and I am incredibly honored to serve as the Dean of the University of New Mexico School of Medicine. And I welcome each and every one of you as warmly as I possibly can. It's for each of you, our graduates, all of your loved ones. This is our school's 58th convocation. But even at this late hour, it really marks the culmination of a journey of all of you as physicians, as physician scientists, as biomedical scientists, as healers who care about healthcare. So to all of you tonight, I say the warmest welcome ever. And thank you for coming. And it is always important for us to acknowledge those who come before us, whether or not they are with us, that we are part of a long storied tradition. And in that light, I would welcome Nicolette Abelleda, the member of the Isleta Pueblo, who will now recite our land acknowledgement.
Good evening, everyone. Will you please stand? Founded in 1889, the University of New Mexico sits on the traditional homelands of the Pueblo of Sandia. The original peoples of New Mexico, Pueblo, Navajo, and Apache, since time immemorial, have deep connections to the land and have made significant contributions to the broader community statewide. We honor the land itself and those who remain stewards of this land throughout the generations, and also acknowledge our committed relationship to the indigenous peoples. We gratefully recognize our history. Thank you.
Please be seated. Thank you so much. Thank you. So good evening again, and let's please congratulate class of 2025, okay? One more. This is your moment, and I want to say this is not the end, but it's a beginning. You now will step into the world as healers, as scientists, healthcare leaders. I consider each and every one of you, down there too, as leaders, and it's really important. And before we do that, as we've just done, before we look ahead, we look back and we give thanks. No one arrives at this moment alone. No one does. You are here because of love, support, and sacrifices of so many. Your families, your chosen families, your mentors, your friends. And this can be phone calls that occurred from so many late at night. Perhaps you had a meal dropped off. Maybe you got a burrito, a hangry heart, something happened. More importantly, it's belief in you when it didn't look like things were going to work out so well. You were never alone. It is my hope that you have felt the times when you are absolutely bathed in love. You are really important. Please don't ever let anyone think you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're in the right place at the right time, and you and everyone in this audience deserve to be right here, right now. Congratulations. I want to take a moment to say how excited and how much I love being here with all of you. And I want to note that, hooding someone is a very important part of our ceremonies. And for the first time this year, we have asked the students to simply pick who will hood them, who will do that, without regalia, because we understand we are a community. And regardless of whatever degree you have now or will get, we are here to help and lift up each other. I, like so many of you, am a first gen. First to finish high school, first to go to college, first to become a physician. I'm an immigrant dual citizen, and guess what? That is the majority of everybody here. And that is not a weakness, that is a strength. So, let us continue to recognize everyone who's helped you on the journey. The staff, the faculty, preceptors who have stood right next to you, behind you, and in front of you every step of the way. They believe in you and your potential, and they invested their time, effort, and energy. I'm so proud to be here at UNM. our mission and purpose is clear. We are not stepping away from it no matter what happens around us. We are here to serve our people, all of the people of New Mexico. And you came here for that very same purpose. Your desire to serve, to learn, and to make a difference every single day. And you did just that. Going through medical school, going to become a PhD, working hard in both, that is not easy. You have to study through uncertainty, regardless of what is happening around you, through your own personal loss, through the exhaustion of having to be available when you don't want to be available, and just the incredible quiet pressure of exams. Step up. Where did I get? What's happening? That is unbelievable, relentless pressure, and you did it. And you should be really incredibly proud of yourselves. So the other part that's really important as human beings and healers, you listen to others. You know, sometimes your patients are going to tell you things that are really important. They are the most vulnerable, and you are there to serve them. I can think of no greater gift, no matter what you do or where you go. We're here to serve our patients. Research saves lives, and we are here to train the next generation. So we ask that you pass it on. You have stood up for each other. You care for your communities. You've continued that, and you have kept going even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. So here at the School of Medicine, our mission is clear. We train the next generation of healthcare workers who care, who have compassion, and we pursue scientific discovery. Think about COVID. COVID is not something we're speaking about today. It's still precious. It's still present and not precious. The reason we can sit in this room is we had the advent of vaccines. That RNA vaccine was not established last year or 5 years ago. That was 30 years ago on the shoulders of giants, and that is what we do. We also get antiviral, so if you're sick now, you don't become as sick. And then there was this method of, if you got really sick and you couldn't breathe, immediately would intubate through mechanical ventilation. But we learned, because we are scientists, we are healers, and we train the next generation, we learned that sometimes something as simple as positioning a human being in a prone position while we try to take care of their oxygen, that improved things. And that didn't happen unless or until we shared information, which is what we are here. We are all scientists, we are all leaders, and we are all healers. So you carry with you now knowledge, not only to treat disease, to uncover why, to think about prevention, to discover how you stratify, how do you use AI in the most meaningful, incredible way. You have that opportunity to do it. But your greatest tool will always, always, always be your compassion, regardless, agnostic of your degree. And that is actually what sets apart the greatest clinicians, scientists, leaders, and educators. It's not only what they know, but it's also how they make others feel. And my favorite quote is to think about the poet Maya Angelou, who said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never, ever forget how you made them feel." That is what you can do each and every day. You will carry that into exam rooms, research labs, classrooms, communities in a daily way. I ask you, please, be generous with your empathy. Continue to lead with integrity, and let your presence always bring calm confidence and care. You are ready, everyone. You're all ready. We are so proud, and the future of healthcare is brighter because of every single one of you. Congratulations. Thank you. It is now my distinct honor and great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Rosario Medina. I won't go through the pages of her incredible history and accomplishments. That might take 3 or 4 or 5 hours, and leaving at 12 midnight is not something you signed up for, right? I'm not hearing a lot of laughter, so I think everybody got nervous. It's all right. Dr. Medina is very aware of your time. She's an incredible leader. She's our dean of the University of New Mexico College of Nursing. She has many years, more than 40 years of nursing experience and decades of academic leadership. And she, like so many of you will and do, has dedicated her career to expanding access to care for everyone. And she is also continuing to educate the next generation, and so that a diverse nursing workforce will be here with us for generations. And before she accepted her role as dean, and we were lucky enough to recruit her here, she was the Associate Dean of Clinical and Community Affairs at the University of Colorado Anschutz College of Nursing. And she said she led multiple programs regarding equitable care, our heart, key, and passion. She's a longtime family nurse practitioner, and she's also a community health researcher. And she works on focusing prevention, thinking about next steps, and always inclusive healthcare practices. On a personal note, Dr. Medina was from the Bronx in New York. Amen, yeah. For those, I grew up in New York as well, and that is a whole different, magnificent personality, which Dr. Medina will share with us. And I also want to personally thank her. She had just arrived, and we invited her to come. And she has had quite a busy, incredible beginning because we have so many things occurring around us. And with grace and incredible vision, she has kindly accepted to be our keynote speaker today. I welcome Dr. Medina. Thank you.
Buenas tardes. Good evening. To my School of Medicine colleagues, faculty, staff, family, and friends, thank you for being here today. Most of all, congratulations to our class of 2025. It is truly an honor to be here this evening with you. I just finished my convocations with the nurses, and to be here with you truly is a continual celebration of our healthcare system. Today is a day of celebration, reflection, and deep gratitude as we honor you, the graduates of Class 2025. I am filled with excitement about the future you're about to help shape, because this healthcare system, it needs you. It really needs you. I look forward to collaborating with you as physicians, together making a different world for our patients and our communities. I understand that you graduates have secured residency training in 23 different specialties across 27 states. That's amazing. 39% of you will train in primary care. Oh boy, do we need you. And that includes internal medicine, family medicine, pediatrics, and OBGYN. They change community health. Many of you will also have highly specialized fields such as neurosurgery, otolaryngology, and radiology oncology. And 35 of you will train right here at UNM. New Mexico needs you. Most importantly, this is not about a degree. It's about a commitment to something larger than yourselves. Your education and hard work and your perseverance has prepared you to be leaders in healthcare, whether in the clinical setting, laboratory, or in the classroom. As you enter this next journey, I want to remind you that the road ahead of you will not always be easy. You thought medical school was hard. Wait. Trust me, I know. As Dr. Finn said, yes, I grew up in the Bronx. And for those who've been around long enough, the Bronx doesn't have a lot of good reputational things to share. I defied the odds. I was the first in my family to pursue higher education. There were challenges. I didn't have anybody to turn to find out how you navigated this university thing, but I pressed on. I didn't believe what I was told. My trajectory as a dean was not smooth. It wasn't strategically planned out for me. There were a lot of no's in my way that I had to learn to persevere and turn them into yeses. I had to walk in doors that were closed, and I found another way. I have faced barriers in my career that I have worked very hard to tear down for myself and for others like me. You too may face many of these obstacles. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the challenges will feel overwhelming in this complex healthcare system that we get to work together. But you have been prepared for this. The University of New Mexico School of Medicine has provided you with the skills and the knowledge that you need. In fact, they have gone beyond that. I have been in 6 different universities through my 33 years of academia. This is one of the few places that prepares you to take care of the communities that look like you. You have the resilience and the passion inside of you. You are ready to take and make difference in this world. No challenge is too great when you remember why you are here. As you start this new chapter, I would like to share a few truths that guided me in my journey, and they still do guide me today. First of all, family. Whether by blood, birth, or chosen, surround yourself with people who ground you and catch you when you soar or even when you fall. I suspect many of you have them here with you tonight. For me, my parents provided me the values that make me who I am today. My father was an 8th grade dropout because he was poor, and my mom a country woman who did get her high school degree, but that was it. And their values for education, for decency and integrity still live in me today. My children, they ground me. They help me focus on what really matters. And then I have a 2.5-year-old granddaughter that definitely lets me know who's boss, and it's not about me. Keep those people close to you. Allow them to remind you of your true purpose. Second, trust in the power of education. What you have learned here is just the beginning. You have the power to heal, to save lives, to transform healthcare, to change outcomes for the better of your communities. But remember, your education doesn't stop with this degree. You are lifelong learners. The challenges will constantly be changing, and your ability to adapt will make you even stronger. Always be open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. Thirdly, fill your cup. I wish somebody would have told me that. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Healthcare is a demanding profession. It will demand everything of you. It will require energy and empathy and focus. But you must take time for yourself. I know I'm pretty driven myself, and I've had to learn the hard way that taking care of myself is not a luxury, but actually a necessity to continue pouring out and taking care of the patients and the communities that I've dedicated my life to. You will give the best to others when you honor your own needs and your own health. Finally, remember the why. Why did you choose healthcare? Why did you pursue your degree? There's a reason why you're here tonight, why you persevered this challenging career and studying that you chose. I still know my why 43 years later of practice. It still speaks to me. It still calls for me. One example is in my practice. It keeps me grounded. As soon as I got to New Mexico, now being a year here, June 3rd, I have established my licensure, and I will be starting to see my patients again. It is what feeds my ability to teach. It is what feeds my ability to continuously ask questions about research and how I can do it better. You can't take me away from that, and there are people who say, but you're a dean, why would you want to practice? Sanity. I feel most connected when I'm in practice. It just reminds me that I have to continuously learn. It makes me better all around. So when the system will test you, and it will, the healthcare system that you will be entering will challenge you every single day. Remember your why. You have to. It is what will get you through. Don't let it lose you. Class of 2025, wherever life takes you, know that you are ready. Ready to heal, to lead, to create a future where health equity is a reality. You are ready for the next step to take over in your local, your national, or the world, ready to use your voice, your skills, and your compassion. As you go forward, know that we are all incredibly proud of you. We cannot wait to see you and what you will accomplish. Congratulations, Class 2025.
Dr. Medina, I want to thank you on behalf of everyone here, our staff, faculty, students, for an incredible speech, your encouraging words, your passion and commitment, and we'd like you to accept this gift as a token. It's true New Mexico, girl.
Probably Chile.
Thank you so much. And now, it is really my honor to present our Biomedical Sciences Graduate Program student speaker, Jonathan Holsey. And just, there you go. I said cheering's allowed and encouraged. I have to say a few words about him, okay? Just so, Jonathan Holsey is a 6th-year MD, PhD student, and just for more point of information, in general, when an MD, PhD starts, it's somewhere in the order of a 7 to 9 year commitment. So that is true passion and commitment. Your first 2 years are classically in medical school, and then your 3 to 5 years as a PhD biomedical student, and then you come back to your clinical rotation. So Jonathan is finishing today and graduating his PhD, and then we have the joy of putting him in 2 years, so that's pretty amazing. Just a little more information. Jonathan is a native New Mexican. He attended UNM. And he was a member of the combined BAMD program, so he's been with us a long time, and we're very proud of him. He joined a lab as an undergraduate in the Center for Biomedical Engineering. He worked with Eva Chi, and he developed a very novel biosensor for the detection of brain protein aggregates, and those were associated with Alzheimer's disease, and for which he received a U.S. patent. Yes. Patenting your scientific work is a goal so that you might share, send it, utilize it in other ways. So that is a huge accomplishment. And then he decided to become, to our luck, a physician scientist to think about that integration of science and research saving lives and taking care of our patients at the core of our humanity. He joined Dr. Kiran Bhaskara's lab and again followed with novel immunotherapies for Alzheimer's disease, to which he continues to work on, and to date has developed several vaccines for Alzheimer's disease. And he received another U.S. patent for that work. So he's also, in his spare time, has started or is involved with the startup company that can help scientific discovery in collaboration with translational science is key. And so in the startup company, the hope is to actually move this toward clinical trials. How do you get discovery to where the people need it? So I'm looking forward to all Jonathan's work. And I would be remiss if I didn't say key and germane to training the next generation. He has worked on the curriculum committee for our medical school, and very important, we have an accreditation, as we all must be accredited. You know, you want to make sure your pilot is accredited before you fly the plane. Our medical school is undergoing constant reaccreditation, which is really important, and Jonathan is leading that committee for the process in terms of the students and their input, so I appreciate it. So it is my joy to welcome Jonathan Hulsey. Thank you.
Good evening, esteemed faculty, friends and family, and my fellow graduates. It's an honor to stand before you today as a new graduate of the Biomedical Sciences graduate program, and to take this moment to talk to you about this incredible group of students here in the front row who have spent some of the best years of their life dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, innovation, and scientific discovery in service of the health of our communities. Today we are celebrating more than just the degrees that we have earned. We are celebrating the countless hours of research, the late night experiments, the struggles that we've endured, and the support of family, friends, and mentors who have believed in us every step of the way. The students that are sitting here before me, all remarkably talented researchers, have contributed immensely to our understanding of numerous diseases and paved the way for new treatments that will benefit everybody in this room. To name just a few of the incredible discoveries, the researchers that we are recognizing here today have helped to define the role of wood smoke exposure in contributing to brain inflammation. They've developed vaccines to prevent opioid overdose deaths. They've helped to define the molecular mechanisms of hantavirus infection and to understand the effects of prenatal alcohol exposure on the developing brain. They studied the role of the immune system in ovarian cancer and helped to guide new treatments for it. They've studied the biological underpinnings of aging so that someday we can all live forever. They've developed new methods to study and treat chronic back pain, and they've defined the mechanisms of pulmonary hypertension involved in many chronic lung diseases. All of these scientific innovations that were conducted here at the UNM Health Sciences Center will translate to improved health outcomes for the communities that we serve and beyond. And amazingly, all of these incredible discoveries and achievements are just the beginning of their stories. These remarkable advancements in medicine that they were able to make as trainees, as students, is a testament to the impact that they will have on the world as full-fledged scientists. So to my fellow graduates, I say congratulations. I am very proud to be your colleague and call you doctor. You've worked tirelessly, overcome significant challenges, and proven that persistence, dedication, and passion for science can carry you through the most difficult times. Today, you've reached an incredible milestone, but as we look forward to the future, we know that our journey is far from over. Your free trial as a scientist is ending, and the time is now to either fully commit to the bit or to open up that bakery that you've been fantasizing about the past few months. And unfortunately, the timing probably could not be worse. And the era that we are entering as scientists will be challenging. But these past several years have tested us in ways that we never expected. Many of us started our PhD journey during the COVID-19 pandemic, where social distancing requirements prevented us from being in the lab and forced us to learn how to effectively do science remotely. In our time in the lab, we have all faced technical failures. We've waited months for our instruments to be repaired just to collect that one key piece of data that only ended up being a supplementary figure at the end of the paper. We've navigated supply chain issues and sometimes whipped out the power tools and learned how to build our own setups rather than pay thousands of dollars for something just because it says Thermo Fisher on the side. We've struggled with research setbacks and learned to pivot when necessary, and we've made do without all of the fancy equipment at our disposal that other institutions may have. And all of that was done while navigating a field that constantly evolved, while headlines describing unprecedented times flashed across our newsfeed daily. Through all of that, each of us have emerged stronger, equipped with knowledge and skills that are vital for our future careers and for the health and well-being of our society. The path ahead will not be easy. In fact, it may be harder than anything we have yet faced. But I know that each of you has the grit and resilience that you need to be able to persevere in your career. So friends and family, I would like to address you all directly. As much as we're here today to celebrate these graduates, we cannot ignore the reality of the world that they are stepping into. In the United States, we are witnessing major funding cuts to biomedical research. The vital work that many of us are doing here in our labs, research to unlock cures for diseases and to improve the health of our communities, faces increasing financial uncertainty and outright censorship. We face an environment where political and ideological forces are questioning the value of science itself and even rejecting it altogether. Here in New Mexico, we know that diversity is not a bad word, because it is a word that reflects who we are. But the values of diversity are under attack. Already, many grants here at UNM funding innovative biomedical research have been cut or thrown into the reject pile because the research that we do here for the state of New Mexico focuses on the diverse communities that we serve. Funding mechanisms for many early career research positions that our graduates were applying to have been cut, leaving limited options for our future careers. Many of the training grants that supported us through our careers, through our training here, are no longer available for the incoming generation of PhD trainees. It's unclear how we as a research community are supposed to move forward with science, knowing that the groups of people who need scientific and medical advancements the most are being excluded from our nation's priorities. The work that we do as biomedical researchers and doctors is under threat, not just from limited resources, but from the growing wave of anti-intellectualism that seeks to undermine the progress that we've made. And I know that all of that feels very doom and gloom to have to confront here today on what should be a very joyous celebration. But these are the feelings that all of us have been struggling with lately. So I want to tell you that we need your support. You know, hug the graduates that you're here to support today and let them know that you're there for them. But also we need your voice and we need your vote to stand up for science and progress so that we can all benefit. And lastly, I want to leave you with this, is that I know that all of you are in good hands because I know these scientists and these doctors here in the audience that are graduating today. I've had the pleasure of working with them for the past 4 years. I've seen the integrity, the perseverance and drive that they have, and the values that they uphold in their work. The graduates here today are the future of medicine and science, and with these people, the future is bright. So, fellow graduates, as we step into the next phase of our careers, let us do so with resolve. Let us stand up for science and progress, for the future of biomedical research, and for the values that we hold dear. Let us promise to conduct ourselves in the service of our communities. All of you have already accomplished so much, but your greatest achievements are yet to come. And with the world's most pressing challenges ahead of us, I have no doubt that each of you will play a vital role in shaping a better future. So thank you and congratulations again to my fellow graduates.
Thank you so much for speaking on behalf of your fellow graduates and students. And we also have representing the MD program, and our student speaker is Benjamin Brian Blanco, and he is a proud native of Clovis, New Mexico. Benjamin's history starts when he worked in his family's small grocery store. And since then, he has become and continues to be a dedicated mentor to others, sharing his knowledge and compassion, other aspiring physicians, while he rises through leadership at the local, regional, and national levels. So he is the first from his region to serve in a national executive role with the Latino Medical Student Association, which is a testament to his commitment to service and inclusive leadership. He's deeply devoted to addressing language barriers in medicine, and that includes his advocacy for the inclusion of medical Spanish in the MD curriculum, continues to volunteer at Spanish-speaking clinics, and he prioritizes care for Spanish-speaking patients during his clinical rotation. His number of academic achievements, including completing all Phase 1 honors courses with honors, and he has been inducted both into the Alpha, Omega Alpha, and Gold Humanism Honor Societies. So he's also a graduate, and this is an inaugural clinical skills communication in Spanish program, so that means it's certified proficiency in medical Spanish, and that is really an essential step toward advancing health equity. For his next step, he will be leaving us, but he's going to remember that we said he's just leaving and then will be coming back, because we all come back. And he will soon begin a general surgery residency at Harbor UCLA Medical Center, where I'm certain his journey will continue as a compassionate leader and advocate for underserved communities. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Dean Finn. Buenas tardes and good evening, everyone. On behalf of the MD class of 2025, I would like to welcome you all to the latest convocation ceremony of all time. To those of you still awake out there and to those of you listening from home, thank you for being here and listening. We appreciate you. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Benjamin Brian Blanco, a proud and humble member of this incredible graduating class. Firstly, I would like to start by thanking God and my family for being my primary sources of strength and motivation on my journey here today. Next, I would like to start by thanking my classmates for nominating and trusting me to deliver this speech tonight. I am truly honored to have the opportunity to be speaking to a room filled with a group of highly educated individuals just moments away from becoming physicians, and to their families, their friends, their teachers, mentors, and any other supporters who have rooted for them every step of the way to make it to this very moment. No pressure, right? I would also like to thank all of the deans, faculty, professors, and staff who contributed to making this evening possible for us. Your work and dedication to our success will always be remembered. Before we dive into the emotional stuff, I think it's only fair to bring all of you, our family, friends, and guests, up to speed on what exactly we've been doing these past 4 to 6 years. Because let's be honest, if you're not in medicine or have never had a loved one go through medicine, you might think we've just been in school, memorizing bones and playing dress up in our scrubs. It's been a little more than that, so let's begin with the first year. We came in bright-eyed, full of ambition, and still believing the lie that getting into medical school was the hardest part of the process. Yeah. Up first, we had anatomy lab, where we quickly questioned our career choices, learned the entire human body in 9 weeks, and somehow felt hungry while dissecting a human body. The rest of the year is a blur of figuring out how to constantly be studying so that we could take weekly Monday morning quizzes on way too much material, and then immediately afterwards have a full class throwdown in effort to get unfair questions dropped. Sounds intense, right? Well, it gets worse. At the end of the first year, we had a professor start rapping the material to us. We all appreciate you, Dr. Rendon. Year 2, pretty much the same thing, except that year we met another unsung hero, a professor who would whisper, "Muy importante," whenever something was going to be on the quiz. You are a real one, Dr. V. Oh, and let's not forget scrambling to find our white coats in time for standardized patient encounters, where it felt like the most important medical skills we were being tested on were 1, washing our hands 3 separate times in front of the ceiling camera, and 2, writing our first and last name on a whiteboard before leaving the room. Now, while trying to use as few words as possible, let's take a journey through the third year, shall we? Family medicine. Lots of clinic, hundreds of chief complaints to cover in only 10 minutes, and when is the last time you got a colonoscopy? Surgery. Unfortunately, this is my personal favorite. Early mornings, late evenings, 5 hours of retracting while inhaling smoke, 30 seconds of suturing, and 0 idea what's going on. Neurology. Left is right and right is left in this one, and the only thing we got really good at localizing was the door to go home. Pediatrics. You probably think this one was cute, huh? Picture this: screaming babies, angry parents, and respiratory illnesses. If you had this rotation in the winter, getting sick was a part of the final grade. Obstetrics and gynecology. Screaming babies and screaming mothers. Night shifts, and hey, don't get splashed. Internal medicine. You thought the 5-hour surgeries were long. Welcome to morning rounds. And lastly, psychiatry. We were probably the real patients, let's be honest. But at least we got to go home at noon, so that made it all better. Each of these 7 rotations ended the same way, with a shelf exam we barely had time to study for, and the hope that anyone on the team remembered our name long enough to write an evaluation. There was also step 1 and step 2, but we will not be revisiting those dark times this evening. Then came 4th year, the year everyone said is easy, and sure, it got easier right after spending the first half of it working harder than ever and then begging for a job all over the country. But you know what? It all worked out, and that brings us here to our graduation day. Now that we're all up to speed on what we've been doing, I wanted to share 2 dichos, or quotes, that my father would use while I was growing up. Each of them carries its own message, but the second one is a challenge for all of us as we step into the next chapter, not just as physicians, but as leaders advocates, and members of new communities. All right, the first one is, are you ready? No está fácil. That means it's not easy. While this saying can be applied to virtually any situation, tonight it highlights that our path to be in these seats has indeed not been easy. On this path, we've witnessed pain, loss, and injustice, sometimes in our patients, sometimes in our communities, and sometimes in our own lives. We've experienced failure, doubt, and exhaustion. We've juggled the weight of school, all while dealing with, well, the reality of life. And the truth is, it's not just suddenly gonna get easier. Residency will test us in ways that we haven't yet imagined, physically, emotionally, and even spiritually. We'll be asked to make quick decisions with limited time, limited information, and limited sleep. We'll carry the stories of our patients home with us, some that end in healing and others in heartbreak. But we've already proven that we can persist. We've learned how to keep going when it gets hard, and that's why No está fácil isn't just a reflection of the past, it's a reminder for the future. A reminder that even though the path is steep, we've already learned how to climb. The second quote I want to share is the challenge for each of us as we step into this new identity of being a doctor. Deja que tus hechos hablen tan alto que tus palabras no se escuchen. In English, this is let your actions be so loud that your words cannot be heard. Because from this day forward, our impact as physicians will not be measured by what we say, but by what we do. Our calling demands more than just clinical excellence. It calls us to speak up, to show up, and to protect and advocate for life wherever and whenever it is under threat. Because according to the oath we will take in just a few minutes, neutrality in the face of suffering is not care, it's complicity. To those of you who are becoming the first doctor in your family, like myself, today you made history. You overcame generational obstacles, you cleared the path, and you did the thing. So celebrate being the first, but don't let yourself be the last. Use the fire that got you here to uplift others, to mentor, to teach, to pull someone else forward the way someone once did for you. And to those of you continuing a legacy of physicians in your family, carry that legacy proudly, but blaze your own trail. To those of you continuing your journey here at UNM, I wish you everything you need to keep taking great care of our state and its patients. Your work in the years ahead will not go unnoticed. To those of you leaving New Mexico, go out, learn, inspire, and show off the amazing education and skills we received here. I wish you the best as you adjust to a new place and embrace everything it has to offer. And finally, I'll speak this into existence now, that one day we will all return to give back to the state that shaped us, educated us, and trusted us with its care. I am also pretty sure Dr. Sapien and the admissions office have some kind of recording of us promising that we would come back. Thank you for your time, and from the bottom of my heart, congratulations, MD class of 2025.
Thank you so much, Mr. Blanco, soon to be doctor. And I do want to confirm that Dr. Sapien definitely has those recordings in the admissions office. You're welcome to hear them anytime of your commitment to us in returning to New Mexico. Isn't that right? It's there. Okay. So thank you so much. And I would like to invite Isabel Haycock from the class of 2025, who will present the Irwin W. Lewis Teaching Award to those who have contributed substantially to their educational experience. These awards are given to educators who are well-versed in the art, science, and practice of medicine, and they are named for the late Dr. Irwin W. Lewis, who was a longtime faculty member who embodied these ideals, and are given each year by the graduating class to 2 faculty members and a resident who best exemplify through their daily actions professional qualities upon which the graduates will model their careers, competence, compassion, and humanitarian goals for all of their patients. Thank you so much.
I am so honored to have the privilege of presenting these teaching awards this evening. I would first like to start by getting some basic assumptions out of the way. All of these individuals are some of the kindest, most caring people you will meet. They all go above and beyond in supporting students, and they are all extremely passionate teachers. It would be a disservice to them to use ChatGPT to find 3 different ways of saying this, although I can't say I wasn't tempted. We all know medicine is so much more than just memorizing protocols and guidelines, as I hope you guys have gotten the message by this time in the evening. I bet you've all heard this multiple times, and the point is that it takes incredible people to get us to these seats today. I speak for my class in thanking all of them and in giving a special thanks to these 3. First, we have the award for basic sciences. As someone who is going into psychiatry, I can't say the anatomy lab was my favorite place. What I can say is that Dr. Hartley made the experience more interesting, approachable, and rewarding than I could ever have imagined. Looking back, one of my strongest memories of anatomy lab was seeing Dr. Hartley spend hours upon hours working with individual students, making sure that everyone understood the content. This being my strongest memory from anatomy may show why I chose to go into psychiatry. This course served not only as our introduction to medicine, but also as an introduction to our first patients. Dr. Hartley not only taught us how to identify the nerves of the brachial plexus, but also how to treat these first patients with respect, care, and reverence. Whatever specialty we are going into, this lesson will be one that we carry with us for the rest of our careers. Congratulations, Dr. Hartley. Okay, next we have the Clinical Teaching Award. This goes to an attending who is very near and dear to our class. He is someone who loves teaching so much, he not only taught 2 preclinical courses, but then spends the rest of the year as an internal medicine attending, teaching residents and students. I reached out to some of my peers who worked with him, and can let you all know that he received glowing reviews, sometimes with an asterisk of, he was a little scary because he pimps like crazy. I know that word tends to mean something a little different, but in the medical world, it's actually worse than you imagine. It's when you as a medical student get asked questions in front of a team of students and attendings, all who know vastly more than you do, and immediately forget everything that you've ever learned about anything. These moments of fear give attendings a perfect opportunity to make critical teaching points, and students still repeatedly praise this attending for both his kindness and the quality of his teaching. This is an instructor that we knew we could turn to for help, whether that was creating differentials for a difficult case, or for mentoring in life and career advice, or even for a crash course in rap, which I think Ben unfairly represented. Knowing Dr. Rendon is knowing you will always have someone in your corner, which is a really great feeling. Congratulations, Dr. Rendon. And last, we have the Resident Teaching Award. How do you define a great resident? I'm sure all attendings have an answer ready, but mine is going to be different. For a medical student, a great resident is someone who makes you feel like you're part of the team. OB-GYN is one of the most daunting rotations. You just spend 2 years doing nothing but studying, and now you're expected to catch babies and suture abdomens. I remember being warned that no one is nice after working for 24 hours. This happens to be a common shift length for many residents, including OB-GYN. But knowing Hannah, there's at least one exception to the rule. Hannah is known for including students in discussions with colleagues and patients, and for finding moments between crash C-sections and difficult labors to sit down and teach when she might have preferred to take a quick nap. I've heard that residency is hard. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But she is the person who I'm going to think of to try to emulate when things get tough. Residents not only teach us the nitty-gritty of taking care of patients, but as the people closest to us in training, they demonstrate to us how to become doctors. Hannah, who is one of the kindest individuals I've ever encountered in the hospital, is the kind of doctor I want to be when I grow up, which I guess might be right now. My peers and I have so much admiration for her and the grace in which she does her job. Congratulations, Hannah.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you. I just want to say that those three represent the embodiment of UNM School of Medicine. Our people are our jewels, so thank you so much. And now I just want to describe briefly our hooding ceremony, which is a special recognition ceremony for master's or doctoral degree candidates. And during the ceremony, a doctoral hood is placed over the head of the graduate, signifying their success in completing the graduate program. And I want to repeat again how proud I am to be here at UNM, where the students have the opportunity to pick their mentors, regardless of the person's degree, their experience, with or without wearing regalia. And to me, that embodies an opportunity that we are all here, we are all together, and we are trying to make the world a better place. So I'm very appreciative that you all made your decision, so thank you. The first degree to be awarded today is the Doctor of Philosophy degree in Biomedical Sciences. I call upon Dr. Catherine Fritz, who is the Director of the Biomedical Sciences Graduate Program.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Before I announce our graduates, I first wanted to announce our BSGP Outstanding Mentor Award. Every year, the Biomedical Sciences graduate students nominate and select a faculty member to receive the Biomedical Sciences Graduate Program Outstanding Mentor Award. PhD students work closely with a faculty mentor for the duration of their PhD studies, learning directly from an expert in their chosen field. Because of this, PhD mentors play a critical role in the success of our graduate students. This year's recipient of the BSGP Outstanding Mentor Award is Dr. Mara Steinkamp. Dr. Steinkamp is an assistant professor in the Department of Pathology. Her research focuses on ovarian cancer. Not only is she an outstanding mentor to her students, but she is also an exceptional teacher, teaching in a variety of courses in the BSGP curriculum. She was nominated by her PhD student, Parisa, who is graduating today. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Mara Steinkamp. It is now my sincere pleasure to introduce you to the Biomedical Sciences PhD graduates for 2025. Earning a PhD in biomedical sciences requires years of intense work and dedication. Students are required to complete advanced coursework in cellular and molecular biology, cancer biology, immunology, neuroscience, physiology, and pharmacology. During and after completing their coursework, students work full-time in the laboratory, learning cutting-edge approaches to design experiments, carry out scientific studies, and analyze data to investigate never-before-asked questions on how cellular and disease processes work. They must also publish at least one first-author, peer-reviewed, data-driven manuscript for which they have collected the data and pass 3 high-stakes exams, including a qualifying exam in year 1, a written and oral comprehensive exam in year 3, and a written dissertation on their research, which they must defend to their committee's satisfaction prior to receiving this degree. At the end of their PhD studies, they are expected to be experts in their field. The PhD graduates here today have made important contributions to advancing science, including developing vaccines against opioids, cancer therapeutics, understanding the brain, and cardiovascular disease. This original laboratory research is helping to uncover unknown mechanisms of disease and to create better therapies and more effective preventive strategies to help improve the health of New Mexicans and the world. Although our PhD graduates today have reached the pinnacle of their educational journey at this point, most will continue their training as postdoctoral fellows, gaining advanced hands-on training and experience in their chosen field. Indeed, as PhD scientists, they will be lifelong learners and explorers. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding scientists for their many accomplishments in completing the requirements for a doctorate in philosophy in biomedical science. Dean Finn, it is my honor to present these candidates who, upon completion of their academic requirements, are recommended by the University of New Mexico School of Medicine faculty to the Regents for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Marshals, will you please take your positions? And will the Doctor of Philosophy candidates please rise? You can applaud now. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the President of the University of New Mexico, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with all of its rights, honors, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Graduates, please follow the marshal to the left side of the stage. Will those individuals hooding the graduates please meet your graduate at the stage? A marshal will assist you as you exit the stage and return to your seats. Brenna Elsbeth Baird, hooded by Matthew Campen, her mentor. Olivia Heath, hooded by Mark McCormick, her mentor. Jonathan Hulse, hooded by Kieran Baskar, his mentor. Stefan D. Klimai, hooded by Allison Kell, his mentor. Parisa Nikegbal, hooded by her mentor, Mara Steinkamp. Isabella Romano, hooded by her mentor, Catherine Fritz. Megan Tuinow, hooded by Dr. Tom Resta. Marissa Westinsko, hooded by her mentor, Amy Gardner. I ask that all Doctor of Philosophy degree recipients, including those on the platform and in the audience, please rise and join me in reciting the Oath of the Scientist. You will find text versions in English and in Spanish in your program. As a recipient of the Doctor of Philosophy degree, I earnestly assert that I will apply my scientific skills and principles to benefit society. I will continue to practice and support a scientific process that is based on logic, intellectual rigor, personal integrity, and an uncompromising respect for truth. I will treat my colleagues' work with respect and objectivity. I will convey these scientific principles in my chosen profession, in mentoring, and in public debate. I will seek to increase public understanding of the principles of science and its humanitarian goals. These things I do promise.
Congratulations. And now Dr. Alfonso Belmonte, Associate Dean of Medical Students, will present the candidates for the Doctor of Medicine degree.
Dean Finn, it is my honor to present these candidates who, upon completion of their academic requirements, are recommended by the University of New Mexico School of Medicine, faculty to the Regents, to the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Will the Doctor of Medicine candidates please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the President of the University of New Mexico, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Medicine with all of its rights, honors, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
Alay Nasser Abdelrahman, hooded by her father, Nasir Sadama. Nicolette Abeta, hooded by her mentor, Anthony Flegg. Rostin Ahmadian, hooded by his wife, Dr. Carolyn Ice. Bianca Avalos, hooded by her partner, Christopher Gomez. Isabel Aycock, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Belizabeth Foster. Max Aycock, hooded by his mother, Sarah Aycock. Kirsten Berggren, hooded by her spouse, Eric Hansen. Pooja Arun Bhakta, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Fernando Valenzuela. Benjamin Brian Blanco, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Leonard Noronha. Mary Blasi, hooded by her father, Bob Blasi. Lauren Blea, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Elena Bissell. Sarah Joyce Boquin, hooded by her mother, Dr. Erin Boquin. Victoria Carlson, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Charity Bishop. Ryan Chan, hooded by Dr. Rebecca Hartley. Maritza Chavez, hooded by her mother, Clara Chavez. Jenny Davis, hooded by her mother, Lynn Mia. Lillian Dennison, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Leonard Naroja. Samantha Diane DeWeese, hooded by her mentor, Dr. John Leggett. Apeksha DeGay, hooded by her father, Dr. Kulpek DeGay. Nina D'Amato, hooded by her partner, Emily Alden. Lillian Kelleher Deneen, hooded by her father, Christopher Deneen. Alina Doe, hooded by her friend, Dr. Alexandra Gobble. Edilberto Estrada Rivera, hooded by his cousin, Dr. Oscar Estrada. Devin Fisher Chavez, hooded by his mother, Diane Chavez. Gabrielle Gallegos, hooded by her mother, Doris Gallegos. Julian Garcia, hooded by Dr. Patrick Rendon. Newly commissioned officer in the Navy, Lieutenant Emerald Victoria Goranson, hooded by her father, David Goranson. Landon Graham, hooded by his father, Dennis Graham. John Gurule, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Jenna White. Lindsay Marie Hancock, hooded by her mother, Dr. Rita Hancock. Davicia Henderson, hooded by her mother, Bianca Strickland. Kristen Hinson, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Douglas Binder. Gwen Holtzman, hooded by her husband, Elijah Smythrust. Newly commissioned officer in the Navy, Lieutenant Connor Hodek, hooded by his godfather, Patrick Gomez. Gwendolyn Jaramillo, hooded by her husband, Brian Jaramillo. Lucy Jelinkova, hooded by her father, Yaroslav Jelinek. Holly Kristen Paula Jones, hooded by her father, Kristen Jones. Jimmy L. Jones III, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Justin Hazen. Aaron Tai Fong Kao, hooded by his father, Jim Kao. Holly Ray Castendek, hooded by her father, Kurt Castendek. Samyuta Komaravalu, hooded by her father, Madhusuhana Rao Komaravalu. Gary Lee, hooded by his mentor, Julie Bohan. Nun Lei, hooded by her mother, Na Pham. Fiona LaRock, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Trevor Quiner. Phoenix Haley Leon, hooded by her mother, Andrea Jubert. Robert Lloyd, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Robert Fritsch. Ansley Lowe, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Patrick Mulkey. Evelyn Lozano, hooded by her husband, Juan Avila. Devin Mays, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Janet Visart. Kristen Markle, hooded by her husband, Dr. Tom Markle. Joshua Marquez, hooded by his mother, Connie Marquez. Luis Alfredo Martinez, hooded by his brother, Jose Roberto Martinez. Sean Andrew McCullough, hooded by his girlfriend, Dr. Kristen Cummings. Eduardo Medrano Rodriguez, hooded by his father, Laureano Medrano Ortiz. Amanda Nicole Mercer, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Amy Robinson. Joanna E. Michelson, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Robert Avery. Lynn Medani, hooded by her sister, Dr. Sally Medani. Colton D. Miller, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Chris Craig. Olivia Moore, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Jillian Gleason Elder. Belia Alejandra Moran Olivas, hooded by her sister, Dr. Hilda Moran Olivas. Theodore Muka, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Joseph Griggs. Carolyn Muraida, hooded by her father, Dr. Gerald Muraida. Tarani Murali, hooded by her father, Shrirangam Muralidasan. Fong An Nguyen, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Heather Canavan. Danielle M. Ortiz, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Leonard Naroja. Nate Sungwoo Park, hooded by his mentor, Luke Sungwoo Park, hooded by his mentor, Nate Madison. Sagar Patel, hooded by his brother, Kishan Patel. Absolutely. Divya Rajput, hooded by her mother, Dr. Sunita Rajput. Natalie Reed, hooded by her father, Ogden Reed. Michaela Resta, hooded by her father, Tom Resta. Megan Rivera, hooded by her father, Keith Rivera. Fabika Sabin, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Nancy Pandey. Dylan Sines, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Aaron Howell. Brittany Ashley Guerina Sanchez, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Victoria Sanchez. Jay Sandoval, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Rebecca Hartley. David Anthony Santisteban, hooded by his wife, Mika Santisteban. Cassandra Shafiq, hooded by her father, Dr. Nabil Shafiq. Isaiah Michael Solis, hooded by his wife, Amy Ryan Solis. Carrie Song, hooded by her father, Dr. Jian Song. Nellie Tolliver, hooded by her cousin, Dr. Tanner Geisler. Alexis Amor Trujillo, hooded by her husband, Martin Castellano. Brandon Sean Trujillo, hooded by his mentor, Dr. Ricardo Falcón. Sahana Umari, hooded by her father, Vijay Umari. Tegan Ellen Whitney, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Douglas Binder. Alexander Wynn, hooded by his mentor, Dr. David Quinn. Alyssa Yaki, hooded by her father, Dr. David Yaki. Helen Zhao, hooded by her mentor, Dr. Charity Bishop.
I'm just going to say that was the most wonderful ceremony, everybody. So thank you. So now we get, please be seated, everyone, if you're not already. This is the part where we commit, and we will always commit, and we will never step away from our calling and our mission. You can hear in my voice, I feel it, because every time I say this oath, I feel it, and I know you will. So can we know that we will speak about this oath and remember it? Because I'm asking you to remember the empathy that we talked about, and that is respectful and compassionate care always, no matter what. This is what we have chosen. And our success as physicians is as much by our ethical behavior and our decisions as by our expertise and our proficiency. How you make someone feel depends on your compassion and your empathy. So in that light, actually, in 1948, following World War II, the World Medical Association met in Geneva to adopt a replacement for what is known as the Hippocratic Oath. And this is so important to remember that times matter, that standing up matters, that our voices matter. So this declaration of physicians' dedication to the humanitarian goals of medicine was especially important as we thought about and viewed the crimes of humanity, crimes that occurred against humanity that had just been committed in Nazi Germany. So now, in keeping with our tradition, I ask that the MD graduates and all physicians on the platform, in the audience, wherever, to please rise and join with me in this declaration. And if you would be so kind to pledge to whatever, whomever, whatever has the greatest meaning in your own lives, please recite this Declaration of Geneva. And please join along in whatever language you prefer. All of our voices will be heard. And you will also find text versions in your platform. So I will begin the Declaration of Geneva. Okay, here we go, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between me and my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me after a patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standards. I will not use my medical language to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you. Doctors, you may be seated. Whoa. So the doctors are seated, but everybody else is standing. Okay. All right. You just acknowledged the class of 2025. I am so proud of each and every one of you. It has been a joy to be with you today, in the past, and in the future. And I look forward to seeing you all again. This actually will conclude the 58th Convocation of the University of New Mexico. So, on behalf of all of us, faculty, staff, administration, everyone who loves you, will get to know you and to love you, our heartiest congratulations to the graduates, to the families, our friends, and our communities. Thank you so much. Audience, can you please remain seated while the marshals lead our incredible graduates from the auditorium? And families and friends, please meet your graduates in the ballroom across the hall. Thank you so much.